Whenever you are.
Alright, I'm gonna do a quick test.
What?
I'm gonna do a quick test.
Alright.
Hello?
Hello. Yo.
Alright. He sounds clearer on that thing, does on the call, yeah, I don't hear. Alright. Matt, you want to start or am I?
You can go ahead.
Alright.
Yep.
I said too tall. Well, they can say it for goal. But, oh, what the fuck's probably gonna have some too? 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Sports Commute. I am joined here with, of course, my co-host Matt.
Hello.
And my buddy Corbin here.
Oh.
What's up, everybody?
That guy.
First of the show. We basically are gonna have someone new every week, or maybe.
Probably. Or at least have a guest on every week. That's about what.
I'll start us off in NASCAR here. Well, motorsports, actually.
Yeah.
The Rolex 24 is kicking off tomorrow.
It's tomorrow?
This is eventful. We got Mazda winning their second pole, second year in a row, actually. Winning their pole second year in a row. Piloted by Oliver Jarvis.
Okay.
And the Rowley has actually spoken out about sharing his ride with Townsend Bell's Rolex 24. He didn't specifically mention sharing it with Townsend Bell, but he's mentioned in the interview, and he's also interviewed, so.
Yeah. Right.
Ready for the quote going through. I have my bucket list. I want to take my shot at the Rolex, and just want to get my feet wet before maybe moving on into a different IMSA race.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
You can think about it. Now we'll move over to NASCAR here. Speedy Cash is partnering with the Brooklyn Motorsports 38 Mustang, piloted by John Hunter Nemechek. That's their primary sponsor this year.
Yeah.
Fox Sports has announced that after DW retaliated, they will shorten their booth to 2 announcers instead of looking for a third, so they will stick with Mike Joy and Jeff Gordon for now.
Jeff A. Okay.
Which isn't too bad. Mike Joy's exciting.
I mean, sure. We'll give him that.
Matt Tiff tweeted out yesterday about his health. And, after following his two seizures back in October and following December.
Yep, I remember that.
As of right now, he's mentioned that he's had anxiety or PTSD along those lines about the incident, which is understandable. It's scary to have 2 seizures in the span of 2 months.
Yeah, true that.
So, we're praying for you, buddy. You know, we're hoping to see you back out on the racetrack soon enough.
Mud prayers, yes, sir.
All right. Finally, we'll end it off with the Chili Bowl.
Ah, the Chili Bowl, yes, sir.
Yep, Kyle Wilson edged out Christopher Bell and
Mr.
Shannon McIntosh to win the 34th Oil Chili Bowl national. That's literally all I got for that.
Okay, well, I got a little bit. Like I always have it almost every week. We got a story time. So, remember last week I was talking about the Dan Marino, Bill Elliott stuff?
Yeah.
I got more of the details because, like I said, I talked about this last week when I'm talking about this week. So, like I said, number 13 car, it was 1998 season, fielded the number 13, First Plus Financial Ford by Nadu, like Mr. Pockris said last time. But it was a half-a-year ride. And then he was replaced by Wally Dallenbach Jr., Dennis Setzer, Tom Hubert, and Ted Musgrave. And then Renee... What?
Musgraves.
My bad, I'm sorry. But it stopped after 1999. And then it came back in the the Daytona 500 with Dick Trickle, but he failed to qualify. And then from 1995 to 2000, it was owned by Evernham Motorsports. That's the first start. That's from last week. So, for all those people out there who don't know what NASCAR is, well, NASCAR originally started way back when, like Truman, one of our buddies, talked about before. And it was originally called the National Association, well, it is now called the National Association for Stock Car Racing, which is NASCAR. Has 3 series that we all know of, Cup, Xfinity, and Gander. Regional series, Canada, East and West. Wellens Modified Tour, the Pinty Series, the Wellens Euro Series, and the Peak Mexico Series. It has 100 tracks in 48 U.S. states, Canada, Mexico, and Europe. And it was originally founded in 1948 by Bill France Sr. It all started in the 20s and 30s. In Daytona Beach, of course, known as the place to set land speed records. That's something I really didn't know. In 1936, the Daytona Beach became synonymous with fast cars. It was turned into a 4.1 mile course with 1.5 to 2 mile straightaways connected to State Route A1A by 2 very tight, deeply rooted, sand-covered turns. Yeah, and like Truman said, it was started by bootleggers during the Prohibition. If anybody doesn't know what a bootlegger is, it is someone who makes, distributes, or sells goods illegally, and they needed very fast cars to escape the cops. Just putting that out there. And,
All
Alright, hold on, almost done. On March 8th, 1936, a bunch of drivers gathered at the beach. 27 cars total. 10 survived. Well, that sucked. And the race was stopped 10 miles short of the 250-mile race. Milt Marion was the winner. And young Bill France finished in 5th. Sure. In the early 40s, or 1947, Bill saw an opportunity to make a series and called the NCSCC, the National Championship Stock Car Circuit. Started in Daytona in January and ended in Jacksonville the following December. Just think about that. How long that season was. Fonty Flock was the season champ, winning 7 out of 24 events he entered. There were 40 total. And he won $1,000 and a 4-foot-tall trophy. Then, NASCAR was officially founded by William France Sr. on February 21st, 1948. And it only planned on doing 3 series originally, Modified, Roadster, and Strictly Stock. Roadster was totally abandoned. Modified is the Wellens series, like I said before. And the 48 race schedule had 52 tracks in it. Or the 1948 schedule, excuse me. The first race of the Strictly Stock was in Charlotte, won by Jim Roper, renamed the Grand National Division. Then it goes on, and to what we have today as NASCAR. There's your quick 5-minute little thing about NASCAR. Now we're done with NASCAR. What do you have, Dan?
right. So, we have Dallas King, former athlete, and come out and apologize on behalf of the industry. Spent 7 seasons with the, I don't have any stats on him, I don't really care. The Red Sox and Padres are talking potential trade for Mookie Betts.
Oh, yeah.
This will be a big one. San Diego will send Will Myers, which will free up enough cap space to afford Betts' $27 million salary.
Yep.
Honestly, I'm not sure how that'll play out. Because Betts has been doing pretty good in Boston. I mean, I don't see a reason why they'd want to get rid of him unless it was a locker room issue.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of him on the out? Yeah, it could be.
I believe so, yeah.
I don't know. He probably wants his way out.
less drama on his end. Maybe a little bit of turn on clean slate on.
Could be.
Personally, I don't know. I have a hard feeling about how I think the Astros are good because, like, in my opinion, MLB is at its most exciting because, like, since the roid scandals, you know? I mean, it's more interesting when people are cheating or finding ways to cheat, in my opinion. And sign stealing with cameras, I don't agree with, but when you're sign stealing, like, players in your like, through the world talking, I don't see anything wrong with it personally. And I think it's, I don't know.
Well, I mean, to me, it seems Bush League, but...
I mean, sure, it's Bush League, but, I mean, sure. But...
What can you do?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Astros are going to get hard for it, especially because they won the series last year, didn't they, right?
No, they lost to... Oh, wait, did they?
Oh,
I thought they lost. They lost to the Nationals, right?
Yeah. Nationals won it last
So, you assume the Astros have been doing it for, what, 5, 6 years? I mean, so...
Yeah, it's been coming out since, I think all the way back to 16.
Yeah, and I saw that they got their punishment, so...
I mean, I'm getting treated because now they're going to be like one of those, like, pseudo champions who, you know, they're just going to say the whole time that they were sign stealing, and that's why they're so good.
But the other thing is, like, there's no real reason to steal signs because they change them almost every game.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's why I feel like why it's such a big deal if they were trying to steal them mid-game anyways. I don't know. From what I can tell, almost every player has this outlet where they can go back to the clubhouse and look at the cameras of their at-bats, and when they're looking at their bats, they can see essentially what the signs that are being told.
Yeah, and that's kind of a loophole in the rules. However, the Astros were intentionally... It started out as they have a camera in the center field.
Right. That was the big thing.
With the trash can.
Directly at the catcher's hands.
Yeah, that's
so they could find signs and everything. And then, I think just to make it worse, they communicated those signs through
Trash bag.
banging trash cans together. Which to me just seems like an annoyance. So, I mean, nothing you can do. But I mean, it's not as bad as Red Sox, like hidden rooms where they
where they go and pod, yeah.
No, they have like a full replay review room.
Right, they can go check out their at-bats.
Well, yeah. Instead of damages and stuff, it was all.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I mean, that's probably a good argument why Mookie might want out, you know? I don't know.
But such is life, you know.
Like I said, MLB is the most interesting when people are cheating, I feel like. Otherwise, it's a pretty boring sport.
True.
All right, Matt, you want to swing us over to the NBA?
We're going to go straight to the... All right, let's go to the NBA. So, this week in the NBA, we got Damian Lillard scores 61 points, 11 for 20, and for 3 points, which was a very big game for him. Kemba Walker...
Hey, that brings Damian's average up to, 55 points a game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kemba...
I'm starting to listen a little bit.
I know. Yeah.
I'm learning.
You're learning. Yes, you are. Kemba Walker, finally beats LeBron. He was 0-28 against LeBron. He finally beat LeBron. Oh, boy. And Russell Westbrook of the Rockets becomes the second player in history to have a triple-double against every single team. LeBron James was, of course, first. Then, of course, the big man, Zion Williamson, the first pick by the Pelicans, returns and drops 22 points, 4 for 4 for 3 points, and 8 for 11 for field goals in 18 minutes. It was a great, I guess, return, and he finally came back and actually did something, so great job. But they still lost the game, but sure.
15 minutes in.
Next minute, what?
Been zooming through topics for barely 15 minutes in.
What do you mean? I'm not done yet. I got some stuff.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying.
Oh, I got you. This is probably not that. Do you have any? Or I mean, I have this kind of a story, but if you have any input on that, just let me know.
Keep going, huh?
All right, so like I did before for the NFL and NASCAR, the top 10 teams of the decade. Now we're on to the NBA, and this is probably my last one, I guess, because I did the main sports that we covered. So we got the 10 teams of the decade from 2010 to 2019. Number 10, 2017-2018 Rockets. I believe I watched this team a few times. They were actually pretty good. They had James Harden as the MVP, I think. And they had 65 wins. Great. The 2013-2014 Spurs, which had Kawhi Leonard on it. 4 future Hall of Famers. 62 wins and a finals victory. Great. The number 8 to 2011-2012 Heat. I believe this was a LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Dwight Howard, and a bunch of other. This team was great. They won 46 out of the 66 games due to a lockout, and they won the championship. The 15-16 Warriors, 73 wins, best ever. Longest winning streak to start the season, which was 24-0. They had the first unanimous MVP, Steph Curry, and they blew a 3-1 lead in the finals. Good one.
Until the Falcons showed up.
Yeah.
Number 6, the 2018-19 Raptors, last year's champions. They beat the Warriors in 6. 58 wins and champions. Next up at 5, the 2014-2015 Warriors. 67 wins. MVP Steph Curry, which was the year before the 15-16, like, duh, oh shit. MVP Curry, and they won the championship that year. That was the 4-year stint they had against the Cavs, and the joke about that. At number 4, the 2017-2018 Warriors, again, back-to-back champions, swept the finals and had 58 wins. At number 3, the 2015-2016 Cavs, they were champions, came back from the 3-1 deficit against the Warriors, and had 57 wins. At number 2, the 2012-2013 Heat, which was another amazing team led by LeBron. 66 wins, 27-game winning streak near the end of the season, and they were champions. And at number 1, I can't go anywhere besides this team, the 2016-2017 Warriors. 67 wins, they were 16-1 in the playoffs. They lost 1 game in the playoffs, and it was in the finals to the Cavs. And then they were champions. That's my top 10 teams of the decade in the NBA. And that's what I got for the NBA.
Pretty good list.
Yeah.
Interesting thing about that was obviously the Warriors, and pretty much LeBron dominated that list, but going into the next decade, I mean, more like you're not going to see a Warriors championship at all. But they completely turn around this moment because Dynasty is on its way out, and then LeBron obviously getting up in an age, I would assume.
Yeah.
He's still playing right at the end of the decade.
We'll look at probably maybe 1 or 2 more LeBron championships up there.
Right.
Maybe. We'll see about that.
That'd be weird stuff.
Yeah.
The Lakers do look good, so.
Did you see the interview that he gave? So they were asking him, they were like, so would you ask to be traded to a team if your son got drafted to a certain team? And he goes, my son's in 9th grade, man.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not worried about what project he's doing for him. I'm not worried about
Oh, yeah, I saw that on Instagram.
But the ironic part about it, whenever LeBron still wants to win his son's games, I mean, he likes the attention. It's not about that. It's not about that. Everyone taking pictures of LeBron, and LeBron will go out there at halftime and he'll shoot around, and it's just,
I can't say this, I'm not famous, right? But I mean, if I'm going to see my son, I'm going to try and be like, listen, man, it's not about me.
right.
It's about those kids out there and everything.
Yeah, you would think, but I don't know, not in LeBron's world, I guess. I mean, he's always kind of been one of the
And I mean, I guess it also we could, you don't want to be a different celebrity either.
Right.
Yeah. but he's, I don't know. He just seems like he's grabbing a lot of attention when we're at high school basketball. I mean, it's just not easier.
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, you want to go support your sons.
Right, at least he's there. I guess that's the good term. I mean, also going with LeBron, for the second year in a row, LeBron James and Giannis were named All-Star captains second year in a row.
And the way it's going right now, we could be looking at Giannis versus LeBron in the finals, eh?
Yeah.
I will probably cover more on that when all the votes come out, but I do have stuff on that. But that was next week. But I know the yeah.
I like it.
Can one of you guys look up and see when the last time the Bucks made it to the finals?
Oh.
It was I think it was pre-2000, isn't it?
It had to be. They haven't been good in years, except for the last 2 years. They've been good. Anytime besides that, it's been a while. Hold on, let me check. Actually,
Damn near 30 years.
holy cow!
Let's see. I feel like they were in there. There was some positive stuff. Let's see. That's not useful. You figured it would just pop up.
I'd look up all the NBA finals appearances, I guess.
Oh, well, they've only won 2 conference championships. Never mind. So last time we were in the finals was 74.
Oh, Jesus.
It's been
74?
Okay. Yeah, no, we're on the 74 team.
74? Holy Toledo!
I mean, Giannis is
46 years, man.
Giannis wasn't far from being in the final last year. Well, they're due. They're definitely due. They're due.
Absolutely, they're due, especially coming up soon with what the team they have. Ooh, they could be damn good.
Last time was 74, and that's back when they had some. Oh, they were talking.
Yeah. All right.
Well, you know, the other interesting thing I'm thinking about the NBA is I'm more of a follower of college basketball, right? Like, I won't hit you with like college basketball, like information and all that. But there's one name that I got my eye on here. I think about, you know, where he might end up in the next few years if he goes to college at Washington. Or is it Washington State? I think it's Stewart. It'll be kind of interesting to see where he ends up if he ends up declaring.
Yeah.
Phenomenal basketball player at McQuaid, right?
McQuaid?
No, I wasn't McQuaid.
Who was it?
Local guy, yeah.
You look up, do me a favor, look up Isaiah Stewart.
Minnesota?
Sort of. Washington.
Denzel Washington.
I'm trying to know. Yeah,
I don't know. I know he come out of Rochester. Just said Rochester, yeah. No, let's see. Look at that.
Oh, maybe it'll say in his Wikipedia there.
Oh, yeah, probably. Oh, no, it was McQuaid. Oh, yeah, I was right. McQuaid, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because I saw it in the DNC, I believe.
Football player out of McQuaid. You know, so I looked at him to see maybe a potential New York Knicks or a San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah.
Well, if we're sticking on the college basketball, not sure if you guys heard about the Kansas State, Kansas football.
I did see that.
We were almost on Dallas in the Palace level.
Huh.
So pretty much, it was the end of the second half. Kansas was about to win. I mean, obviously Kansas probably easily has a better program than the
They're up by
20. Kansas State guy decides to steal the ball while the Kansas player is just dribbling it away. He goes to steal, and he goes for a dunk. That same Kansas player comes back, absolutely blocks the hell out of him. home to like get yelled at. Like,
Well, the way I saw it was like both benches cleared immediately.
yeah,
But I didn't see it as an act of aggression yet.
Until he grabbed a damn stool.
If you're our age and you're in college playing on fucking ESPN Monday nights, well,
This was Tuesday. No, it was Tuesday or Wednesday.
Playing Tuesday night. You know, you can show off a little bit if you made an impressive play.
Yeah, sure.
And, you know, the way I saw it was, what was it, Kansas State was winning, right?
Kansas was winning.
Kansas
coming
was
out
winning.
to celebrate. Kansas State coming out to, you know, check on their guy, make sure he's not hurt or anything. And then you see him flexing over the top. I don't know if anything was said, but
You gotta assume there's something said there.
tempers are going to flare. I mean, shit's going to go down.
Well, the biggest lesser was actually it wasn't even a player. He was like, well, he might have been like a student assistant coach. He was not dressed in uniform. He came flying at De Sosa, and he was clearly starting it. Then the brawl starts. Punches are thrown. De Sosa picks up a bar stool.
Yep, there you go. The stool gets picked up.
That's serious.
That's what it was serious.
That's serious play time.
Yeah, he's going to be a 12-game suspension, and his teammate who also was throwing punches is going to start 2 games.
Yep.
And let's see, James Love and Antonio Gordon, which I think, if I'm correct, Love was the one who stole the ball. Oh, no, sorry. Gordon stole the ball there, but Love was one of his players. They were both going to sue fans of golf. So Love serving 8, so he must have been one of the instigators of the fight. And then Gordon serving 3.
Yep.
So, I mean, we're talking pretty big suspension handed out. Obviously, I mean, I'm not going to let that fly. Honestly, if Sosa was smart, you take that block and you walk right to the locker room. I mean, you just stuck the guy, you already been beaten by 20, just walk out of there.
Yeah.
It is kind of an unwritten rule. You don't go and fucking steal it. You got seconds.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, that literally could have been avoided.
It's not worth the backlash.
it's not, yeah.
If he steals the ball, just fucking let him.
Pretty much.
Even though he probably shouldn't have in the first place, but whatever.
Right, he has to go up to the block.
There was literally no need to steal that ball.
So what I think is the good thing is the Sosa, he's gone until March Madness. That's
Ooh.
big. I mean, we're talking 12 games, not going to be able to play.
Yikes.
So
That's,
we only get to March. And we're going to crack Kansas with a 3 or 4 seed right now, so
yeah.
we'll see how that's going to hurt them somehow.
Yeah, we'll see once end of February comes around. You know, February 29th, we shall see.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? I got a little bit of something else for college basketball. So, I'm a Syracuse fan, right?
Yep.
You know, I've been a Syracuse fan for a long time. How's about Buddy Boeheim, though?
I don't know.
I mean, I understand the backlash against. I understand, but I don't understand the backlash against Coach Boeheim for putting Buddy out there.
Right.
Because he's a phenomenal basketball player.
Yeah.
By far, against all the teams that Syracuse has played. They haven't been doing great, but they've been doing well enough.
Right.
With Buddy Boeheim leading the charge here.
Right.
And we've got these people out just, you know, oh, coach's son, he's going to let him play all the time. I'm going to just put this out here. I mean, I never let my dad coach me in basketball enough. But he was my football coach for a long time, and I had to deal with parents that were the same way.
Right.
Fucking 7 and 8. And my dad just, you know, he come over to him and he said, you know, you come out to practice, you show me who you want playing. You know?
Yeah.
So, I think you come in with the same attitude, and, you know, you'll start to see that he's in that spot.
Yeah.
Not just because of who his father is.
Yep.
I mean, that's always a tough thing.
It is.
No matter what. and you assume that your father's going to favor you, whether you're at the D1 college level or at, your team level. There's something you can do about that. That's just criticism that you're going to see no matter what.
Yep.
We got our first 10 foul out of the way here.
All right.
Shall we put in the gear and go to the NFL?
We can go. I have a few other sports, but we can go to the NFL.
Well, you know what? Let's get over. We'll end off with the NFL here.
So,
Why don't you go ahead?
me? Would you like me to start off, Chief?
Well, you said you had 2 other topics, didn't you?
Yeah, so you want NFL last?
Yeah, we'll do the NFL last.
All right, so, last week, it was, I believe, Saturday. We have not really brought this up much, but the UFC fight was last week. Yes. UFC 246 was last Saturday, I believe, correct?
Saturday into Sunday.
Yep, that's what I meant. So we got Conor McGregor versus Cowboy Cerrone, if I say that right. Huh?
Cerrone.
Okay, it's close enough anyways. Who got TKO'd in 40 seconds. Well, my.
Man, I was watching that and I was just so upset.
See, I was actually willing. I was like, I want to see this. This is going to be a great fight. And then I'm on my phone and I'm like, McGregor beat him in 40 seconds. What? Really?
I was watching the fight, man, and I got to tell you. I mean, it's cool to see McGregor win. I was rooting for Cerrone. I had money on Cerrone.
I was going for McGregor.
But, I mean, 40 seconds. Come on.
Come on, you got to put something out there. Like, that was the main event, and you put him down in 40 seconds. Like, oh.
That's kind of McGregor-esque, though. I mean, he's known for his quick knockouts.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a dangerous man, and I think, honestly, when I watched the fight, I mean, those shoulders still had him killer.
It was the side of there.
The shoulders right to the freaking face, and then finished off with that one kick.
That one kick that knocked him out cold.
I mean, if you're McGregor, what a better return fight, though. I mean, we're talking top of the line. I mean, what about if I can do that in 40 seconds? Can't get really bad at that.
Yeah.
Good fight, though.
True that.
Was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially that heavyweight match. I can't remember their names.
I have a few matches up, but
Go ahead.
I put most of them down. So in the women's side, we have Holly Holm beats Pennington in round 3 in 5 minutes by decision. And then we have, oh boy, Alexei Olenek, I don't know, beats,
Oleg?
huh?
Oleg?
Oh yeah, Olenek, I tried. Beat Green, round 2, 438 by submission.
That's the one that I saw was really good.
I really
like that. There was a good offense and defensive battle between both of them.
Yeah. Then we had Brian Kelleher beat Osborne round 1, 249 by submission. Then we had Carlos Diego Ferreira beat Pettis round 2, 146 by submission. And that's what I had for what I saw. I'm not sure if there's more. But yeah, that's what I had for the UFC fight.
What do you guys think about fast knockouts? Think they're ever worth it? You know? You ever think a quick knockout is worth the money you pay for a fight? Or?
No, it's not.
No, it's really not. Especially when
Yeah, you kind of want to see him go.
Pay $60 for a fight just to watch one guy get his shit rocked.
have Cowboy get his ass whooped by an Irishman.
Right. Well, the funny thing is, my favorite part, because I'm a big boxing fan, so I always like to look at this. A lot of the big lads, they only show up for the main event.
Right.
So, I mean, we're talking celebs who get all staffed up, they're at all the parties and stuff before getting ready.
Yep.
We're there for literally 40 seconds.
You're in for 40 seconds. All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, you get so much money if I paid for front row seats just to watch that. Like, there were a lot of celebs there.
Yeah, and
I know there's a bunch of celebrities.
Yeah, but a lot of them end up showing up towards
The end.
main event.
Yeah.
Maybe in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the quick knockouts and big high-profile matches, in the moment they're freaking awesome because it's like, holy shit, what just happened? But when you think about how much money.
Holy crap! I spent $60 on 40 seconds in the main event. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, there's nothing you can do about it. Just
Nothing you can do about it. Just, yeah, you just paid money for that.
keep moving forward.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, you said you had two.
I had two. Surprising. Out of nowhere. We talk football. We talk basketball. We talk NASCAR. What have we forgotten about? Well, let's.
Hockey.
There you go. Let's talk about hockey. It's nearing halfway in the All-Star game for NHL, and I'm like, we really don't talk about hockey. Why not throw it in? So, for the Easterns, I don't really understand hockey and like the division stuff. I like watching hockey. It's pretty fun. I've been to a few hockey games, and they're, like I said, they're fun, and they're fun to watch. And, like, I just don't understand the standings. Like, I looked into it, I'm like, what, Central, Atlanta, what the hell? Yeah, but I know they're divided, but I just did East and West. And, so, for the team, I'm just going to do a few teams. So, the Capitals are 33-11, leading the East. The Bruins are trailing behind 29-10. The Penguins are 31-14. The Islanders are 29-15. And the Tampa Bay Lightning is 29-15 as well. So, it's a pretty tight race for the top 5 in the East. Then, in the West, we got defending champs, the Blues, 30-11. The Avalanche behind them, 28-15. The Dallas Stars at 27-17. The Canucks at 27-18. And the Oilers at 26-18. Another very close race for the top 5 in the West. And that's what I got for hockey.
The only thing you really need to know about hockey when it comes to standings is overtime losses are considered.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot to add that.
Yeah, they're added in. They're not counted within the loss column.
Yeah, that's what I looked at that. I'm like, well, shit.
Yeah, it's a little confusing to understand if you're not an avid hockey fan. I'm not a huge hockey fan. I do happen to. I like to watch the playoffs personally.
Oh, yeah.
Hockey, really good hockey usually.
Oh, yeah, usually.
We're talking about some Game 7 magic moments. So, I mean, when it comes to watching the standings, you just gotta kind of know overtime losses aren't as bad as.
I noticed that, so I wrote all these down, and then I noticed, why don't these games add up to the games played? Then I look over, overtime losses. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't want to write.
It's a weird thing, and there's probably some sort of history reason why. Likely. But, I mean, I usually, if I'm going to watch hockey, I'm going to go with, lower class hockey, whether college.
Rochester, not the Red, Jesus Christ.
The Amherst.
The
Go
Amherst.
watch the Amherst game. Go watch RIT.
Yeah.
Amherst games are fun, man.
Amherst games are where it's at. We gotta go to one. As like, that'd be lit.
Well, they are playing soon. I'm certain, but might have to hold off on that one big shooter.
Have you guys ever been to lacrosse games? They're done right.
I love lacrosse games. Lacrosse games are so fun.
Yeah, it's such a electric. It's one of like the few sports that like music just plays during the whole game.
See, that seems fucked though.
But like, think about it. Like, imagine like you're about to have a big shot, and like you got a hype song about to drop the face, and you just freaking rip a nasty shot right past the goal.
90-mile-an-hour shot that fucking. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's fun. It has a fun when you're watching it. I guess if you're a player, it can be really frustrating. This is indoor lacrosse, by the way. There's a lot of different lacrosse.
Yeah.
Different rules, but
Right.
I mean, it's super fun. Really energetic atmosphere. I was one when Roger and I won one of the championships back in well.
Holy
until
crap.
until 12 season.
We won a
Crazy.
championship?
Both places went not good offense.
Holy shit.
We had an outdoor team too.
We
Yeah,
did have an
yeah.
outdoor team. That team went to Texas, I believe.
Now, Razorbacks are the basketball team, but they
Yeah,
were definitely.
That was the Razor Sharks. Where the hell
I'm
they're...
looking up right now.
Well, the Razor Sharks are basketball, Matt.
That's what I thought that's what you just said.
No, I said the Razor. Oh, was it the Rochester Rattlers?
That was the Rattlers. That's what I was talking about. They went down to Texas.
Exactly what they were.
They moved down to Texas, I believe.
Yeah, they got the Dallas Rattlers.
Well, they were Rochester.
They were Rochester for a while.
I never actually went to the outdoor cross.
I went to a few of those games.
I've watched high school and stuff, but never actually.
I went to a college game last year. It was really fun.
Yeah, but listen, this outdoor league was very, very small.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the NLL is
Yeah, the indoor league is much bigger.
Yeah.
But you know what? They don't have a EA game.
Wait, they kind of do.
Yeah, the outdoor league.
Casey Powell, remember?
Casey Powell lacrosse. That's. I have that game. It's pretty.
Yeah, my brother got one. He plays specifically Rochester. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, they actually they rebranded. Whole new uniforms.
Yeah, I saw it.
And let me tell you, it was a disgrace to those old uniforms. Those old uniforms were the turquoise teal with like some dark vibrant purple and black. They were doing yeah.
What is this? The Nighthawks?
Yeah, they rebooted it.
It looks so dumb. They put an R as the logo. Like, what the hell? A little.
You want to know why they did it? Can you go back? Is it or refresh the page?
Wow, excuse me?
There's something I saw, and I know exactly why they changed that.
Why? Well, they went up to what's it called? Canada. In shit.
Never mind. It wasn't that. I thought they got sponsored by this one moving company, which those are their colors. Atrocious.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
they're completely rebranded. Look at even the arena doesn't look as cool anymore.
Oh, Blue Cross Arena is kind of small as well.
Yeah, but you get it pretty electric when it was still the Rochester Nighthawks fan.
Right.
Well, I couldn't have any games.
Those were fun games. Those are the Rattlers and the Nighthawks games were amazing.
Yeah, I remember you play the Buffalo Bandits. There'd be a bunch of Buffalo people who came to Rochester.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was like some friendly trash talk going on. It was always
Right.
kind of fun.
It was fun.
So yeah, they were super awesome games.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good thing is they're still here.
Yeah, I'm glad they're still here. I'm trying to make a game probably this year, but
I'll see what I can do.
I'm going to be probably wearing the old jersey. I have an old.
Well, I've never been to a professional lacrosse game.
Oh, we gotta go.
They're not that pricey. Indoor lacrosse, but
I mean, it's not a really well-renowned sport.
no.
It's getting there. It'll get there.
It's fun sport though. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got about 15 minutes left, so why don't we head on over into...
Let's crack out the NFL. All right.
Matt, you want to kick us off here?
Let's kick it off in the playoffs. All right. The Chiefs beat the Titans. I was wrong. I think, Dan, were you right?
I think I was right about that.
I believe so. I picked the Chiefs beat the Titans 35-24.
I got the score wrong, though.
I mean, I understand that, but we're usually not going to get the score right. I mean, I almost got the 49ers-Packers game correct. I mean, let me check.
I think we also put 49ers in that one, didn't we?
I got my money. Yeah, I got my money on the Niners. I'm gonna put that out there. By the way, in that game for the Packers-Niners, Raheem Mostert is a freaking beast. 29 carries, 220 yards, and 4 touchdowns. 7.6 yards a carry. Holy shit! This kid is stupid good. I just can't see Kansas City stopping them. And we'll have those predictions next week, I believe. Probably next week.
We'll do it next week because we got the Pro Bowl this week.
Yeah, by the way, I do have stuff on the Pro Bowl.
We'll do some Pro Bowl predictions. How about it?
I got a bunch of stuff for the Pro Bowl. I'm just trying to find what my prediction was.
I am going to go with the AFC this week.
I had the AFC winning 21-18. Oh, shit. Where is it?
No, did you say 21-18?
Huh?
Did you say 21-18?
Yeah.
Oh, no. This is going to be a high-scoring affair.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes it's like real. Last year it was real crappy weather.
Yeah, it was really shitty. It was in Florida, and, like, everybody was throwing picks.
Who's one on NFC quarterbacks? Dak?
No. Russell Wilson. Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. I don't know what their one is.
Yeah, but I mean, you got some explosive quarterbacks, pretty good wide receivers.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's going to be higher, 40. No, I'll give it 51-42.
You crackhead. Okay.
Favor of the AFC.
I just had the AFC winning because go AFC. Anywho, so yes, last night, if you didn't watch, the Pro Bowl Skills Challenges were on, which of course I watched because I love the Skills Challenges and they're half the time real fun. And so I had my predictions for that. And, well, the AFC won, winning the dodgeball, which I did retweet, which was amazing because Jarvis Landry took the show. Motherfucker. I dropped my phone. Yeah, he stole the show on that one. Anyways.
Jarvis Landry 100% carried the AFC victory.
Absolutely.
He gave up dodgeball and he just started playing wide receiver again. He was catching literally everything they threw at him. There was one point, you didn't watch it, Dan, did you? There was one point, I can't remember, someone in Kirk threw the ball at him, like within.
I think it was Jalen Smith, the linebacker.
Drops it, catches Kirk, drops it. It was insanely good.
It was so nice. It was on the Twitter. It's on the Twitter and everything. So,
And
and
he got 1v1 in the end. He got two in his hand.
he dropped both of them and then caught one, dropped it, caught the other. It was sick.
Yeah. Jalen Smith threw it. He had two in his hand, just dropped them, caught it. It was monster.
It was amazing.
He also carried them in the best hands, too.
Yeah, he totally won that for the AFC, even though they had so much time.
If I'm correct, the AFC has won that like every year. And they've done like 3 years they've been doing that. It was dominated that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Even when like Odell was in the NFC.
That's when Odell was on the Giants. Yep.
So, I mean, they've been rocking the AFC. Like AFC's won most of the skill showdowns.
Yeah.
Even though Anderson dominated.
Yeah. But
There is two names that I'm surprised to see off that list, though, for the Pro Bowl contestants.
yeah, but here's what I had the biggest problem with: the passing, the precision passing. I got this right, but here's what I have a problem with: Lamar Jackson scored 2 points.
Yeah, he did not try.
The wide receiver, Jarvis Landry threw for 6 points, and he's a freaking wide receiver. I got a big problem with that. I mean, sure, he can run the ball damn good, but even if I were the AFC person, I'd purposely put the backup Ryan Tannehill in that. I mean, sure.
Deshaun's there.
Huh?
They just two quarterbacks, one non-quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, it is for shits and gigs, but Jesus, Lamar Jackson put 2 points up.
I mean, that was a lot of good attitude, though. It did not look like he wanted to be there, which is weird because he tried in the other one that he was in.
Right.
But he did not want to throw precision passing again. I don't know.
No. And then
He just wants to be known as a running back.
fucking
I don't know.
not bad for a running back. Shut the hell up, idiot.
There was a player that he was surprised was there.
There's a player that I'm surprised hasn't been on there, and he's not one to go to a lot of places.
Yeah, there were some real big surprises in that thing as well. So yeah. Yeah, the NFC.
Surprised to see Tom Brady didn't attend.
What?
Or did he not get voted?
I don't even think he got voted.
Yeah, he didn't get voted. It was yeah. Yeah.
He struggled a lot, especially down the line. He had a big loss to Kansas City. Obviously, that loss to Miami in the end. I mean, his defense was kind of carrying him.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's always trouble with snubs, though. I mean, it was because they only played, 40-something people, maybe, not even, per team.
Yeah.
So 22 for starters and 2 backups per, so.
Yeah, so it's
You got 2 backups per position.
Cool.
they're not all just backups. Like, the kickers is one kicker, one.
Yeah, no kickers either. So,
And then linemen usually one back out.
50-something.
Yeah, I don't know. There's no way football snubs. Like, I mean, I'm a little biased here, but Marcus Golden of the Giants had a monster year, 10-plus sacks, a lot of tackles. But, I mean, he obviously didn't make it. I mean,
There's a bunch of people who should have made it, but they didn't. But, it's whatever. Shit.
what you can do is probably, I don't think, the only thing that really matters is that little trip to Orlando. A little trip to Orlando, we had to get a bonus. Yeah, there's like $20,000. Yeah, Marcus Golden, he had a nice year.
Yeah.
Well, with that, we'll move on to our big story of the night.
What? Big story of the night.
Here with us is a Giants fan.
Die hard.
Oh, we got lots of Giants news this week.
Eli Manning has announced his retirement after 16 seasons in the NFL.
God bless him.
15, I believe, with the New York Giants.
Yep.
16, I think, right?
Wait a minute. Time out. He went to the Chargers, by the way. He was drafted by the Chargers in 2004.
Yeah, but
Then they traded. They traded, I believe, in the draft.
No, it was like 30 minutes. He got traded on draft day.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he got traded on draft day.
Yeah, he was drafted originally by the Chargers. I believe first pick. His dad, I believe, was like, yeah, his dad was like, hell no, you are not going to the Chargers. And he's like, screw it. And he flipped with Phillip Rivers.
No, he flipped with Drew Brees.
Yeah,
What?
His Manning's story essentially goes like this. I mean, he said he didn't want to play for San Diego off rip, but San Diego had the first pick, and they were going to go for a quarterback because Drew Brees was.
No, it wasn't Drew Brees. It was,
Drew Brees was already the starter.
Yeah, Dan Phelps just started. So they wanted a quarterback. Now New York wanted Big Ben. New York wanted Big Ben.
New York wanted Big Ben. Yep.
Pittsburgh wanted to mind Eli. He wasn't going to fall for him. Everyone knew San Diego, but Eli didn't want to play for San Diego. So essentially, Eli gets drafted by San Diego, and then New York says, "Hey, we'll take Eli. Who do you want?" And they said, "All right, draft Phillip Rivers." So then they took Drew Brees. No. Drew Brees is way before. Drew Brees is before.
Drew Brees was the years before, and he was drafted by the Chargers. The Chargers did not want him. They didn't believe he was the franchise QB because he was, I believe, struggling at the time.
Yeah, so essentially, we draft Phil Rivers. We make the trade within the minutes after. I think we can give them a little something extra, too.
It was literally it was so quick.
Essentially, Eli. And then, ever since that, that's really the only bad media Eli's ever really had.
Yeah, he's just been a great guy since then.
Well, yeah, but that's not bad media. That's not game plan. Yeah. But, I mean,
Oh, wait,
I
yeah.
don't know. I don't think anyone can argue that he was a future Hall of Famer.
I think he's a first ballot, but
As for first ballot, I think it's going to depend who's with him.
right, but
By then, Payton's going to be in.
Peyton will absolutely be in by then.
No, because Brady will have to win.
Yeah, Brady's not going to be in the same class.
So Manning will probably get in the year before Brady's eligible.
He's in a class with Luke Kuechly,
Yeah, how about Luke Kuechly?
and that's all I know of.
Well, that and whoever else has been recycled for the last however many
I
years.
haven't heard.
So, I mean, I think he'll probably be first ballot unless something
I-
interesting, something big happens in terms of retirement.
Right.
Antonio Gates. So Antonio Gates probably first ballot.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Antonio Gates.
Anyone watch the press conference today? You bet my ass I did. I tuned in. I was so excited. Got to hear Eli talk. I'm really excited. I really didn't think the Mara family was going to this, but they're deciding to retire his number. So there will be no more number 10s ever in the New York Giants.
Oh, shit. Yeah. So
Got a little teary-eyed when he was talking, but he has a good career. I knew when we drafted him, I knew Eli was on the way out. I wasn't sure whether or not he's going to stick with us or he's going to leave.
Yep.
But,
it's kind of one of those things. But the way I look at it is, not a lot of Hall of Famers are stuck with one team. And
No.
exactly, Rob. In this case, it's a slight asterisk, but I think everyone would agree.
he was a Giant his whole career, basically.
yeah, he's embraced the New York lifestyle. He's just his family set up here. I mean, he said he didn't want to ship him out and move him.
I mean, even those 30 minutes on fucking San Diego, I wouldn't really count them. If they're going to put... The NFL is going to be kind of... Because when I went to the Hall of Fame, they have their name, years they played, and however many teams they were on.
Right.
And I feel like they're going to throw San Diego in there.
Probably.
I think that would be stupid if they did. One, he never went to a practice, never played a game. He reluctantly held up the jersey in front of media to take pictures.
And he was pissed.
And then he traded on after.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. He's a humble man. He was as he retired. He was as he sat on the bench. Yeah, he had a great farewell against that Miami. That was amazing. That was
absolutely.
awesome to watch.
And now we got to see what New York can do with Danny Dimes.
Yeah.
Tanny times. Hilarious. Anywho, speaking of Phillip Rivers, I saw this in the news recently. Phillip Rivers, he moved out of his San Diego house. When?
Yeah, they play in fucking Los Angeles.
Shut the fuck up. I don't care. I'm just saying, he moved out of there and he got the hell out. Great. Don't give a fuck. I got a lot of stupid shit because the Giants did do a lot of shit this week. So, Freddie Kitchen.
A lot of moves on the coaching staff.
Yeah, Freddie Kitchen is possibly getting hired by the Giants. Giants hire former Dallas offensive line coach Mark Colombo. And that's what I got for that. And then we got a bunch of BS, starting with Mr. Clown, AB. Whole bunch of shit on him this week. First off, starts the week.
Before you go to that, we're going to have to go over here and go into overtime.
Sweet overtime, because I got a little bit left.
All right, yes. So we'll wrap this bit up and come back to you in a few minutes.
Cool. Sweet. See ya.